The Way Back synopsis. Jack Cunningham was a HS basketball phenom who walked away from the game, forfeiting his future. Years later, when he reluctantly accepts a coaching job at his alma mater, he may get one last shot at redemption. Hey YouTube! Before I get started, if you'd be so kind, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're on a mobile device, hit that bell for notifications. Welcome to my new movie review for the new movie starring Ben Affleck as Jack Cunningham, The Way Back, which in my opinion is not a good a title for this movie at all. It's directed by GavinO'Connor with a duration of 1 hour and 48 minutes. This movie is a drama sports movie. It came out this year, 2020. Unfortunately, this movie, guys, starts off a lot slower than what I was expecting. Like a lot slower. I'm gonna say this about this movie straight up. I feel that this movie is an extremely sensitive, super sensitive movie for people who are actually struggling with alcohol addiction. Seriously. I actually think that this is going to affect people in that who have that problem. The reason why I say that is because of the graphical and the camera aesthetic that they capture in this movie of that element of this movie, especially his character, Jack Cunningham's character. This isn't a bombshell. This isn't a absolute wipe away movie. It's not. It really isn't. But in saying that, it's not a masterpiece. I am a massive, ginormous fan of Ben Affleck. I loved all his movies. Surprisingly, he didn't direct this, which I was very surprised at. But I was also surprised that he did this movie, considering Ben Affleck himself actually does struggle with alcohol addiction. In saying that, there's this point in this movie, and I don't know if it's the halfway mark, but it's definitely towards the end of the movie, when the game finishes, the game is over, and then the scene cuts, and then all of a sudden they break to another scene. And in my opinion, this movie could have been so much better if they completely took off the beginning, like completely took that away, started with the game, with his recruitment of the game, and then completed the movie, and then ended it with what ends. As I said, guys, I don't think that the title of this movie worked. I don't think The Way Back. Also, I just wanted to give you the heads up. If that title sounds familiar, The Way Back, it's because there is another movie, and that has Steve Carell in it, called The Way Back. Nothing in any way, shape, or form to do with this movie at all. So don't get confused with that. But yeah, bad title. But when I get to the trivia, I'll tell you why I think what the trivia says was the title of the movie, and in my opinion is the better title of this movie. I took my wife to see this movie, and I asked her on the way home, I said, what did you think about it? And she's like, it was actually a little bit slow. That is the biggest flaw in this movie, guys. It really is. Now, there are little tiny elements of this movie, not massive, but a few little tiny elements of this movie where it's really funny. Really funny. Not hilarious, and this is in no way, shape, or form a comedy. In any shape or form a comedy. This is a very much a dramatic movie. Would I recommend this movie? If you are okay watching a movie that has strong, heavy elements of alcohol addiction to it, then yeah, you'll be fine, honestly. And does this movie have, in my humble opinion, the key element, in my personal opinion, that movies need in its core DNA to be movies, to be rewatchable, and that's what I call rewatchability. Does it have rewatchability, guys? In my opinion, no way, shape or form. There is no way that you would need to rewatch this movie. There's elements of the movie that are really funny and fun, but the movie is so heavily focused on the addiction side of it that the other elements of this movie, unfortunately, just don't roll out. Anyway, that's my view on this movie, guys. So those of you guys who have been following me for any period of time at all, you guys know that I love giving you trivia, because in my opinion, trivia is like icing on a cake. Oh, I love cake. So it's trivia time. Gavin O'Connor left the Suicide Squad 2021 to finish working on this movie. I don't know if that's a good idea, but next piece of trivia is, guys, the movie's original title was The Has-Been. I think they should have kept that title, but that's my personal opinion, guys. Next piece of trivia is, my friends, also known as Slam Dunk, but not Les Booze. Next, and literally the final piece of trivia, because that is all there is for this movie review, or this movie. This is Ben Affleck and Gavin O'Connor's first collaboration outside of the Accountant movies. I don't really know why it's movies, because The Accountant's only one movie, unless they're doing a sequel, which if they're doing a sequel to The Accountant, I am so pumped. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that. If you're new to this channel, as I said in the beginning, subscribe, like, you know the drill, guys. You guys have been on YouTube for long enough. I really appreciate your time. I value you being here. I hope you appreciated this movie review, and don't forget who's bringing this movie review for the way back. This is Superman Steve, guys. Flying out!